It's day two here in Copenhagen. I'm Will for Eurovisionary.com, and we've seen several performances so far today. First off, we had the Moldova entry, Christina performing Wild Soul. It was certainly a decent performance and a good start, a good vocal throughout, but I think there may be a bit more work that needs to be done on her performance before we see it on the main show. Second up today, we had San Marino, Valentina Monetti, third time on the trot, singing Maybe. The staging for her performance is that of the Venus by Botticelli. She performs on a glitter podium, and behind her a very large shell shape is lit up. She gestates a lot during the performance. Her hands are moving a lot. It's very passionate, very rehearsed performance. But will it be third time lucky for the San Marino's entry? We'll have to wait and see. Up next was Portugal, bringing the carnival to Eurovision. Susie performing Quero Ser Tua. I'm thinking of all of the entries we've seen so far today, it was by far the brightest of them all. Very carnival, very upbeat, good moves, good vocals. Behind her on the very large screen on stage, they used the colouring of the Portuguese flag, which I felt was very good and in keeping. So certainly one that I've particularly liked today. Next up we had the Netherlands, the Common Linnets, Ilse and Waylon. Really strong performance from them. It's just such a lovely song, very easy listening, very cool, very current, very good. They perform facing one another, holding guitars. There is one microphone stand, but it's split into two, and the camera moves from above and around them. There is also the projection of a road on the ground while they perform as well. All really in keeping, really cool, and each time that they went over it, the quality remained really strong. And then, of course, Montenegro were on as well. Sergei performing Moi Sevjet. It was a very strong vocal performance, and the gimmick as such that they're bringing this year is roller skating. Yes, it's not Russia 2008 anymore, it's for Montenegro 2014. A roller skating lady going around the stage, and each time she crosses over, you see that the stage changes in colour from when she skates across. A very interesting performance. We'll have to see how that goes in the final lineup. So next to take to the stage was Hungary, Andras and Running. It's actually the 16th song of semi-final 1, and the performance that he gave was very strong, really good vocals. He is joined on stage by what seems to be a piano player, but then she actually becomes part of the performance, and a male dancer joins her, and they kind of act out the whole story of the song. Very strong entry from Hungary this year on that one. And next up was the Maltese entry, which is song 1 of next week's semi-final 2, if that makes sense. Firelight, of course, and Coming Home. A really interesting backdrop behind. It's kind of like a very fresh meadow with grass and so on. They're all in a line on stage from a piano on one end to drums on the other. Really good. I heard them perform it 5 or 6 times, and there was an applause for them in the press centre afterwards. So it's definitely a favourite this year. And the last one that we've heard this afternoon was Israel. My Fine Gold and Same Heart. She is strutting, she is fierce. She's joined by 2 female backing dancers who give it an incredible amount of attitude and an incredible... I think it's just this is the one that people have been waiting for. It's a big performance. She's got a great voice, and it holds throughout. So it certainly is a strong one from Israel, who are desperately looking to get through to the final, should I say, after 3 years of not making it through. So the last 3 songs of the day, Norway, Karl Espen and Silent Storm. He's the big man. He's a big favourite this year. He stands on stage quite similar to how he did in the Melody Grand Prix final in Oslo. he is very commanding, very assured, but there's that vulnerability there. In the initial run, he was a little bit nervous. The vocal wasn't really there, but as he went along this afternoon, it definitely got stronger. He's accompanied by a piano. It's very beautiful music, and also to his side you have an angular platform on which 4 violinists stand and perform the song as well. It's a real contender for Norway this year. Our next entry, the Georgian entry, they have the parachute on stage to highlight the song name, of course. There's yodeling, there's instruments, and the planet on the stage floor. It's a different song. We'll have to wait and see how it goes in the final cut. It's kooky. It does stand out. Let's hope it's for all the right reasons. And lastly, the Polish entry. They're back after a 3-year absence, and let me say, they're going to make an impression on you. The stage is very red. Our lead singer, Cleo, she's up front. She is just so feisty. She's strong. She is really going for it. She's joined by 4 backing dancers in traditional costume who swirl and perform around her. Then there's also another performer, I guess, who moves on stage, uses the water that's actually in front of the set and takes it in a bucket and goes and washes clothes at one side. Then on the other side, you have butter churning. It's very unusual. It stands out, and it's certainly left its impression. So that's it for today. Do subscribe to us here on YouTube. Like us on Facebook. You can follow us on Twitter and on Instagram. And of course, there's Google Plus as well. I'm Will for Eurovisionary.com. More tomorrow.